Hello friend, Tim Whalen from Whalen Jazz Lessons. Today, let's talk about the blues. The blues has been the backbone and such an integral part of jazz music since its inception. The blues is ever present. I could go anywhere in the world and call a blues and jazz musicians would know what to do. It's that deeply seated. In fact, I'm not sure of the statistics of this, but right now, at this moment, I guarantee somebody in the world is playing a blues, and they probably are every minute of the day. That's how integral it is to the music. So today, we're going to dive into the song form of 10 levels of the blues. We're going to go from simple all the way to complex. And by the end of it, I think you're going to have a really good grasp of the form. Hey, real quick, before we get back to the video, I've got 2 free resources I'd love for you to check out. I have my Jazz Warm-Ups and Etudes packet. It's 4 etudes on tune-up, the blues, autumn leaves, and rhythm changes. It's a great way to just get deeper and develop more improvisational vocabulary, work on transposition. Etudes are great for that. The second one, I've got a free webinar called Play Jazz Piano Voicings with Confidence. It's just what it says. In the description below, there's links to both, and would love to see you in there. Let's talk about the blues first, completely non-musical. Let's just talk about it as a story. The blues are a story. The original blues tunes way back in the day, all the way to today if we're playing traditional blues, it's a story. The story is you say one thing, and then you say it again to make sure you were heard. And then you got an answer or some sort of conclusion to the story. That's really all it is. An example, a poor example, but that's okay. I woke up this morning feeling really sad. I know, you can feel bad for me. I woke up this morning feeling really sad. There's the repeat. Because I tried to make a YouTube video and it turned out oh so bad. That's the blues. Whether you're playing Robert Johnson or Charlie Parker, it doesn't even matter melodically. When you hear the chords and the way the form goes, you can kind of keep that idea in the back of your head. Here, let me play it for you now. Let's try the same deal. No, don't worry about music. Just listen to what I'm saying and how the music changes as I say it. 1, 2, 3, 4. I woke up this morning feeling oh so sad. Again. I woke up this morning feeling oh so sad. Because I tried to make a YouTube video and it turned out oh so bad. So you can hear it. We had, I woke up this morning, the first phrase, feeling oh so bad. We're just kind of staying on one chord. I'm going to say it again. Now it's going to change. I woke up this morning feeling oh so bad. Now we're going to answer it with another change. I tried to make a YouTube video and it turned out oh so bad. Okay. So, now let's dig into what we're talking about musically. Level 1. The basic blues. Before we dive into the first level here, let's just talk about the form. It's a 12-bar form. And there's 2 delineation points you should always remember when talking about how the chords work. The 5th bar is the first real change, and the 9th bar is the other change. So the 5th bar and the 9th bar. The basic blues really, it's just 1, 4, and 5. Those are the 3 chords we're dealing with. We play the 1 chord, then we go to the 4 chord, go back to the 1 chord, 5, 1. In action, it would sound like this. Go to the 4 here. Back to the 1. 9th bar to the 5. 1. Now I'm going to play this with the words that I just did before, and I want you to count the bars and then hear how the chords change. I wanted to spend a little more time on the first one just in case there's people who may not quite know the form as deeply as they'd like. I woke up this morning feeling oh so sad. Now we're going to get to the fifth bar, change. I woke up this morning feeling oh so sad. Went back to the one. Now here's the answer. Because I tried to make a YouTube video and it turned out oh so bad. So that's the form. That's the basic form. 1 on the 5th bar, we go to the 4, back to the 1. 9th bar, go to the 5, then back to the 1, and then a little turnaround. With that in mind now, we're going to build on this, and you're going to see how it goes from this basic blues all the way up to an abstract blues by the 10th level. Level 2, the basic blues, but add a 4 chord. So now what we got here, we have the basic blues, but we've added something now. What we can do, we can always add a 4 chord on the 2nd bar, which is what a lot of us musicians do. And then we go back to 4, and then everything is the same after that. We get the 1, 5, 4, 1, 5, right? So the only change now is on the 2nd bar, we've added that 4 chord. Check it out. Here we go. Change. Add a little movement. There's our 4 chord. Back to the 1. Now we're going to add a 4 chord on the 10th bar. Change. Hear that? Okay. So that was the 2nd level. We added the 4 chord on the 2nd bar and the 10th bar. Level 3, replaced 5-4 with 2-5. The first 2 examples were kind of the classic blues. If you heard B.B. King or Buddy Guy or John Lee Hooker, whoever play, they would go 5, 4, 1. When we get into the jazz world now, we're going to take that 9th bar and change it. We're going to do a 2-5-1 now instead of 5-4-1. Listen to the difference. For an F, here's 5, 4, 1. But now if we do a 2-5-1, we'll do G minor 7, C7 to F7. This sounds very different. I made the chords a little more complicated, but that's also because the harmony can get more complicated. Okay? So let's hear that in the context of this. Oh, also, we're still keeping the 4 chord on the 2nd bar. That's kind of always going to be in there now, because we're going to keep building on what we had before. All the same. Now we'll go to the 4 chord. Back to the 1. Now here we got the 2-5-1 on the 9th bar. And we added a 2-5 on the end. It's already very different than what we did before, but now we're getting into our world a little bit. Level 4, add secondary dominance. Now it already sounds pretty hip. Just adding that 2-5 adds a lot of nice movement. Remember, harmony is about movement. Now let's add even more movement. In the blues, we always say that the 5 is always dominant, like if a 2-5-1. But at blues, the 1 chord, a lot of times is a dominant 7. That's what makes it a unique form. So what we can do now, when we add a secondary dominant, remember, a secondary dominant is the 5 of something. It's going to take you to a different chord. It can propel you into a different chord because it goes from being wherever you are, and then all of a sudden you do this 5 of another chord, it moves in a new place. Okay, I think I beat that to death. So if we look at this here, we got, like I said, there's our 1 chord, there's our 4 chord, and our 1 chord. What is the deal with that chord that I added? I'm only doing altered for these because it's a simple way to show that it's the difference between a 1 and a 5 chord, okay? F7 is the 5 of B flat, okay? I'm going to say, for this sake, if we're going to stay with Roman numerals, it's the 5 of the 4. So the F7 now goes from a 1 chord, and then it becomes a 5 chord to get us to the B flat 7. Now if we look here, that D7, D is the 5 of G. So this is now the 5 of the 2, because it takes us to G. It's also the 6th chord of F. So it's, and then right here we have a very classic progression: 1, 6, 2, 5. But this is still also the 5 of the 2. All right? Let's listen to how, if this doesn't make sense to you, I've got a video about secondary dominants. We'll cover that a lot more, but let's just see if you can hear it. Here's our 1 chord. Our 1 chord. Now check this out. Takes us to the 5. Back to the 1. Now we're going to set up the 2 chord with... Then there's our 5. Now we got... I'm going to play that again without talking, just so you could hear it. Hear that change? Level 5, add the 2 chord to secondary dominants. So we've already set up the secondary dominants. Now this is another real key thing to giving even more movement to harmony. Every secondary dominant, if it works musically, you can precede it with its 2 chord. So we just had the 5 of something. Now we can have the 2/5 of something. What we got here, so we've already done all this, but what's going on with this right here? Okay? What's going on is we have the 5 of the 4, because we're going to B flat, right? Well, now we can precede it with its 2, because C minor 7, it's the 2 chord of B flat, okay? F7 is the 5 of B flat. So now we've set up a 2/5 to get us to the B flat. We're also going to do it here. This is the 5 of the 2 chord, right? Well, this is the 2 preceding it. This is also 3 and 6 of the key of F, okay? So it's all kind of related. And I also added here, we got rid of the F, and now we made that what we would call a 3/6/2/5. But this is also, this is the 5 of the 2 and the 2 preceding it. If you want to just talk about, if we're talking about the key of F, this is a 3/6/2/5, a very, very common chord progression. Let's hear what that sounds like now with these added 2 chords. Check this out. Great movement. Here it is. Level 6, substitute the 1 chord with a major 7. On the 7th bar, when we go back to the 1 chord, bebop musicians started playing major there. Not always, but sometimes. Sometimes they'd play major throughout the whole thing. But that point, really, there's a shift. You can shift from dominant to major. Very different sound. Major and dominant have a very different sound of arrival. So what we got here is we just change that from dominant to major 7. And that creates quite a shift in the sound. So let's check this out. Here we go. Level 7, 1 major 7 to 4 dominant. This is just a small little addition, but it also creates more movement. And this is actually a real common progression in other tunes. On that same bar where we added the major 7, now on the second half of the bar, we're going to add a B flat 7, which is the 4. So it'll go 1, 4, 3, 6. I'm talking about right here. So this is a very common thing because we got the 1, 4, well, it's 3, 6, like I said, but it's also, this is the 2, 5 of G. Let's hear what that sounds like. Here we go. Check this out. 1, 4. That movement is really nice. A lot of times people will play here, they'll play like it's like a dominant 13, sharp 11. Sharp 11. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Level 8, the sharp 4 diminished move. We're going to get even more movement happening now. We're going to build off of everything we had, but we've got a few things that are now going to give nice motion into each chord. So the sharp 4 move is we go from the 4 chord and we add a sharp 4 diminished, and then we make our way back to the 1, but we got 5 in the bass here just because that movement goes 4, sharp 4, 5. I added this D flat 13 right here just because it's a nice half-step movement down to the C. Also, the sharp 4 goes right here. Same deal here as up above. We did the 1 over the 5, and then we still kept that B flat to get us down a half step to the A. Okay, let's see what that sounds like. Here we go. All that great movement. Sharp 4. Level 9, bird blues. There's a form now that is known as the bird blues because Charlie Parker wrote a tune called Blues for Alice. It's just chock full of a lot of 2/5s. And the first part of it is something he liked to do on this tune and Confirmation. It's real nice. You start on the 1 chord and then you find your way down to the 6 minor with minor 2/5. But what we have really here, this starts in major, not even dominant. So we've got 1 major, and then this is these are all just 2/5s. There's a 2/5 there, 2/5 there, 2/5 there, 2/5s, 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 2/5, and then 3/6 2/5 right here. So really what we have here is the key centers. This is all one. Well, and look at this too. We always talk about the circle of fourths. This is just cycling through. We got D minor there, C major there, B flat, and then we finally arrive at B flat. On these bars here, these are just chromatic 2/5s. If I just play the form without any sort of rhythm, we got our 1, and then we got a minor 2/5, takes us to D minor, but we don't resolve to D minor. We do another 2/5 to take us to C major, but we don't resolve to C major. We do another 2/5 and finally resolve down to that B flat 7. Now we make the B flat 7 minor, and it's kind of a 2/5 in A flat, 2/5 in G, 2/5 in G flat, and then finally our 2/5. Then we're back home. Let me play this for you so you can hear it in context of hearing some rhythm. Now let me play it again and I'll describe what's happening as we go through, just so you can hear me analyze it as we go. I'll try not to yell. Got our 1, then a 2-5 to the 6, a 2-5 to the C, 2-5 to the B flat. You arrive at the B flat. Now chromatic 2-5 starting on B flat. Down a half step, down a half step. Then we finally get to the 2-5-1 in the key of F, but we do 3, 6, 2, 5, 1. That's the bird blues. Level 10, the modal/abstract blues form. For this modal example, I completely changed it up. It's in 3/4 time. It's 24 bars instead of 12, because a lot of times when you have 3/4 time, you have to expand the form twice as long so the chords have time to move in a more musical way. I guess that's the best way to describe it. What makes this different is we don't go to the 4 chord on that first delineation change. We don't go to the 2-5-1 to do the turnaround. The chord changes, they don't really sound like the blues, but at the same time, that basic form is still there, and I'll show you in a minute. But let me just play through this one so you can hear it. It's still a blues, but it won't sound like typical blues. There's a lot of people that wrote this way. Wayne Shorter comes to mind. There's many others, but let's check this out. Still in that first section. Now we're going to change. Doesn't really sound like Blues for Alice, but now check this out. I woke up this morning feeling oh so sad. I woke up this morning feeling oh so sad. 'Cause I tried to make a YouTube video and it turned out oh so bad. So there you have it, 10 levels of the blues, from basic all the way to modal. I think these 10 levels do illustrate how the form has really progressed, and it will continue to progress. And there's other ways to play the blues that I didn't mention in here, but I think these 10 really show that progression in a nice, organized way. So I hope you enjoyed it. If you'd like to subscribe, I'd really appreciate it. Hit the notification bell, share, let people know about the channel, and I'll see you in the next video. Happy practicing.